Half a day floss tube. This is Lynette for video number 4, or maybe I'll say 4A on FLOSSTUBE. We just shot a great video and the camera shut off on us, so I think we're gonna have to split this one up into 2. So we'll call it 4A. The date is Friday, October 27th, 2017, and as you can see, I have 2 special guests with me. It is a teacher work day here, and so we are enjoying a lazy Friday morning. And so while they were home from school, I thought it would be fun to shoot this video and get a younger generation's perspective on stitching. So, without further ado, let's jump on in. Youngest!
Yes.
Show us what you've stitched.
So this is Strong and Beautiful by Little House Needleworks. I changed the words to mean God is gracious because that's what my name means. And I changed the hair of the girl to look more like me.
And her name is stitched here, but I covered it up because the crazies on the internet don't need to know my kids' names.
I have stitched Music and Books by Little House Needleworks. There's supposed to be a violin by the piano, but I changed it to more books because I don't play the violin.
What do you play?
I play the piano and I have just started clarinet.
And reading, do you read?
Yes, I do.
I have 2 voracious readers, so we saw this pattern and knew that it would be a great one for her to stitch. Okay, so what are you working on now?
I'm working on Little House Needleworks Gentle and Kind. I changed the words to say strong and noble because my middle name, Audrey, means strong and noble.
She was named after my dear Aunt Audrey. If you remember in the first video with the farm scene that I was reading off, there was a phrase in there about Aunt Audrey's songs and begging for more. She was very dear to me. She passed away in 2015, 3 weeks to the day after we arrived on Guam. So unfortunately I was not able to go back for the funeral. But I'm sure as I do more videos and you get to know me better, you will hear more about Aunt Audrey because she was an integral part of my life and has left a lasting impression and lots of stories. So that's Aunt Audrey.
And after I finish that, I will be working on this snowman kit. It's an ornament. And I've decided to do an ornament because I think that it's time I put a cross-stitch ornament that I made onto our Christmas tree.
So this one will be a little different than the little houses because it's a lot more confetti and a lot more counting, but she's up to the challenge. Have you been watching any FLOSSTUBE?
Yes, I have. I've watched it on my own and I've watched with you. But my favorite so far is Vanna. Hi. Because you have similar tastes as me and you just remind me so much of my 4th grade teacher. You guys could be twins.
She was convinced maybe you were Mrs. Forsyth until what number video?
8.
And why did you realize maybe she wasn't twins?
Because she talked about going on a trip to California from Indiana.
And Mrs. Forsyth lives in Guam. So, yeah. All right, off with you. So, eldest, it's your turn. Tell us what you've been stitching.
This is my first cross-stitch project that I ever did.
And why did you choose to do this project?
Because I absolutely love horses.
She's horse crazy, y'all. Crazy. There aren't many horses on Guam. Okay. This was a free pattern that I did a Google search and found it somewhere on the internet and downloaded it, and she made it. And from there, she graduated to a
Lizzie and Kate Dreaming is Free, Believe in Miracles.
This is part of the Three Little Words series. And on the cover here, the word miracles is in brown. But when it's stitched up as one piece, the word miracles is in green, and it's charted in green. So what did you decide to do?
I ended up doing brown.
I think it's easier to see when it's brown. So this is what it looks like as one piece. She didn't want to make it one piece, but she would like to stitch the Be Kind Always, Enjoy Every Moment, the very top one. So if anyone out there in FLOSSTUBE world has the Be Kind Always, but does not have Dreaming is Free and might want Dreaming is Free, shoot us a message down below and maybe we can set up a swap so 2 people are happy. We are waiting to find a frame for this one. Most of the frames that I found so far aren't thick enough to handle the mat board. So I do need to check out Kmart. That is the only real department store on the island that's available to the general public. There's an exchange at the Air Force Base and the Navy base, but if you live on Guam and are not able to get on the Navy or Air Force bases, then basically Kmart is it. It is the world's largest Kmart. It's open 24 hours a day. You can park on the roof. And if you really want to get in and out, you need to go before 10 a.m. Otherwise, it is just teeming with tourists from Japan who want a taste of America. The other place that I can try finding a frame if Kmart doesn't have anything is Ross, because we do have 2 Ross locations. The one closest to us opens at 6 a.m. and again, you need to get there before 9 or the lines are going to be crazy long with tourists from Japan who want a taste of American goods. So yeah, needless to say, the shopping here leaves much to be desired. It's good for the pocketbook, but not always for the soul. Okay, show us what you're working on now.
Another horse.
Did I mention she's horse crazy? So tell us about this one.
This one we got from Etsy, and there's a ton of backstitching involved in it.
Yeah, she's still got the mane. The mane is very similar to the tail. If you can see, it's very, very backstitch intensive. But she wanted to do this on white Aida, so the horse would be white. So almost. I bet she'll be done in the next week or so if she puts her mind to it. So what's on tap after the horse? Another horse?
No, not yet. I have a Little House Needleworks, The Rain Fell.
It says,
The rain fell, the flowers grew, gray skies faded into blue.
so eldest, tell us what is wrong with this piece.
Normally when I think of the word gray, I think of it spelled E-Y instead of A-Y.
So we will be making that change when she stitches it. We will spell gray, G-R-E-Y. I take partial responsibility because back when the Harry Potter books first came out, even before they were born, I ordered them directly from Amazon.uk so we could get all of the English words. Jumper is the one that comes to mind. Instead of wearing a sweater, they wear a jumper. And a friend of mine recommended that I do that because it was just neat to read the English versions, and so I did. And so those were the versions that she grew up reading. And also
J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings.
yeah, so I'm guessing that G-R-E-Y is a very British way to spell it, but we will make that change. And a special thank you to Auntie Stacy for passing her stash on. She is my best friend, the one I mentioned in the video 1. We went to college together and stitched together, and so she passed on this chart because she knew the girls would like to stitch it. So, I think that's it.
Yep.
I will be back where I just talk about me, but I hope you enjoyed the younger generation perspective. If you have daughters who are stitchers, have them watch and comment. All right, bye FLOSSTUBE.